We live? We're live. What's up? It's Keith Kelfis. Welcome. I want to show you multiple ways if you have a message you want to share with the world. I've got my phone because I want to make sure we got good audio. I want to show you how to share with you how to share your message online with the world. Maybe you've built a business and you've wanted to start a podcast, a YouTube channel. You want to post on social media. Maybe you've wanted to write a book. Maybe you have something burning in your heart and you want to get this message out and inspire people. Maybe you want to build a side hustle. Maybe you want to build a part-time business that you can turn into a full-time career online by speaking your truth. Maybe you have a deep skill set of knowledge. You've acquired some wisdom. You have passion and you developed an expertise, and now you want to share it with the world. Maybe you're already making content online. Maybe you've got a YouTube channel and you want to build an audience, right? Perfect. We have good audio. Welcome, everybody. So I want to share with you how I literally have been making videos on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social media. We have a podcast. We just crossed 800,000 downloads. And I've been doing this for like 10 years. And it's changed my entire life. And I'll just get right into it. So I started a landscaping business with not two nickels to rub together out of the back of my wife's car, the trunk of her car. And I would show up to customers' properties and get off work in my day job and go build this landscaping business at night. And I saved up enough money to get an old rusty pickup truck. And then from there, I was able to get an old rusty little trailer to put my tools in. And I started growing my clientele, and I built this landscaping business. And it took a couple of years to get it established, where now I had 150 clients. Finally, money was coming in and things began to even out. And at that point, I had this beautiful epiphany that you can actually start a business with little to no money and build it up to six figures or past the 100,000 year mark. And you can sustain yourself and you can learn how to do marketing and advertising. It changed my life. And then this inspiration came. I was like, wait a second. I spent 12 years working dead end jobs for other people that I didn't want to do. And I always thought in my head, it takes like $30, $40, $50,000 to start, or you need a loan to start your own business. And you don't. All you need is a hustle mentality, and you need to just get started. So you don't wait till you're good till you get going. You get going and then you'll get good. So, oops. There you go. So I took out my phone and I started making videos about how to start a landscaping business right now with no startup money. And I started a YouTube channel called The Landscaping Employee Trap. And so I just started uploading like a video a day to this YouTube channel. And then I started posting the videos to Facebook in 2013, 2014. And then I was like, I want to start a podcast. So I just started walking around on job sites or at home or on the weekends or in the winter. And often, a few times a week, I would make a podcast and speak directly into my phone. And I found this platform. There's Libsyn. There's many platforms. You can upload your podcast, and now it starts reaching people. I was like, wait, I can make my videos and I can start promoting my podcast and the videos. And before I know it, I created what was called you would want to create a customer avatar if you want to build an audience online. And I want to share with you how to monetize all this so you can make more money while you're sleeping than you make while you're awake. Yep. I just got this vibe board. There you go. Oh. Look at that. Can you see that? It's a line. It's a line, folks. It's a line. Look at this. It's a stick figure. Ta-da. There's my stick figure, and the stick figure's name is Joe. You ever heard the riches are in the niches? Well, today's your birthday because the riches are in the niches, folks. If you make videos and you find out who your customer avatar is, it could be Joe, it could be Mary, it could be Bill. Well, Joe was between 24 and 36. And today he's 20 to 50. That's my audience. Joe is got a dead-end job where he's broke. He lives in a one-bedroom apartment or a mobile home. This was back then. And he's scouring the internet. He's probably got a baby mama. He's got some drama. He's probably got a fiance with a baby on the way, and he's trying to save up for a wedding. And this guy's freaked out and scared because he's got the hustle mindset, and he's going on the internet and he's looking for ideas. That's my light bulb. There you go. He's looking for ideas on businesses to start for under how much? I don't know, under $1,000. How do I know this? Well, because this is what I was doing. I was going online looking for businesses to start. I was saving up to pay for a wedding, and I was scared. I was like, wait a second, I could start a landscaping business. I could start a window cleaning business. And I went online and started watching all these videos. And so there wasn't really much to find. There was some stuff. I was the guy walking in CVS and Walgreens buying these these magazines, like 100 different ideas for business opportunity startups. I was like, wait, I could get the machine where I can like press buttons, or I can get an embroidery machine. There's so many things you can do to make money. I was like, but I don't know how to do any of that stuff, but I know how to do landscaping. So once I got my landscaping business off the ground and established, I started making all these videos on how to start a landscaping business. Now, here's the trick. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to, as far as like, you don't have to have $1 million business, right? You don't have to have a PhD. You just have to be a couple steps ahead of the people that you're teaching and talking to. Now, here's why. If somebody goes online and like say they're going through bankruptcy, and there's like lawyers that are making videos trying to advise them on how to go through bankruptcy, they might listen. But if they turn on a video and there's some guy named Bill and he's sitting at a desk, and Bill is talking about how he literally just went through bankruptcy and he's totally relieved because I know this is a weird topic, I'm just making this up. He's totally relieved because it actually wasn't as bad as he thought it was. And he got through it and he got the right advice. And so much pressure is lifted because it wasn't even as bad as he thought, and he's actually going to be okay. And he's just telling you an honest story. You're probably going to listen to this Bill guy over a freaking a fully legitimate or somebody who perceives to be this high authority attorney, because Bill he just went through the thing, and he seems to be more credible because he's kind of like an average Joe that you can relate to. That's the word, is relatability, right? So there's something called the anti-guru effect. If you want to build an audience online and you want to, get hundreds of thousands of views and even monetize it and make more money while you sleep than you do than while you're awake, we have 19 different streams of income online now. This changed my life. And it didn't come easy. It came with a lot of pain and heartache and suffering. Like, I've had to pay coaches up to $1,000 an hour to teach me stuff like this, and pay attorneys to go through contracts and learn so much stuff. And I just want to break down and simplify for you right now. You can share your message with the world now, so that you're more credible, right? The anti-guru effect is you don't have to be the guru. You don't have to be like Tony Robbins or anything like that. The anti-guru is like, no, screw all that. You're just going to be yourself and just completely be, like my friend Stan Genetics said, be yourself with the volume turned all the way up. So there's a guy, Ben Stein. He's like became kind of famous and does TV commercials for being incredibly boring. Hi, I'm Ben Stein. He's so just kind of boring, and it attracts a certain amount of people. Like, you could literally, I got to be careful what I say. You could dress really, really, really different and just be just totally different. Let's just say that. Where a criteria of people would be like, I don't vibe with that. But there will be a whole other vibe of criteria of people that are like, where have you been? Right? Because when you are just uniquely, authentically yourself and you share from your heart and you do it consistently and you use the right tags and titles and all these things, you're going to start to attract an audience of like-minded people. And that's why there's so many different niches on the internet, niches. And where niching came from is back in the day of marketing and advertising and print. They had a budget. They couldn't just post stuff on social media for free. So they had to really, really do a lot of scientific, if you read Claude Hopkins' scientific advertising, they had to find out specifically like what was the highest probability that they were going to get a return on their investment for the money that they spent on marketing and advertising in the form of print. So they would do these customer, these avatars, and they would break down the demographic, psychographic, geographic, socioeconomic strata, and everything down to like to try to enter the conversation that's already going on inside of the person's head. And then you could do that by doing these exercises and through storytelling, very simple and fun with your smartphone. Okay, you can do all this with your smartphone. What's up, William Smith, A1 Moto, Hallman Window Cleaning, Burpees Giant, TNR Clean Care, yay, right? All right. So the next step of this, and I have some totally free resources I'm going to give it to you at the end of this, is I want you to imagine yourself and imagine what you want to talk about and your message you want to share with the world. And imagine whether it's on a job site in your business or it's in your truck or your garage. Think about the core message and things that you want to share with the world and kind of get these topics down and put rails up on your messaging. This is content formatting, right? So if you are like, I don't know, let's just say you have a landscaping business and you like to play racquetball on the weekends and eat ice cream with your dog. Like, you would probably get rid of the dog thing and you do landscaping and you play racquetball on the weekends. Like, you have to keep it like super specific, and then maybe one or two things personal that you would share consistently over and over. If you all of a sudden started talking about like hunting all the time, unless you talk about that all the time and that's your thing, like my friend Dan Plata, he's like the home service CFO, and he had a Facebook group where I think he likes to crack a beer open and he talks about hunting and stuff, and people vibe with that and I love that. And he has business events where they just go hang out in the woods and do cool guy stuff, right? I'm actually interested in going, but he's been talking about that, right? So whatever you talk about, it's like a Pandora's box. Dan Kennedy is a famous marketer, said, when you open that box, it's hard to close that box if you start talking about all this other random stuff. It becomes part of your messaging ecosystem now, right? So, yeah. And if you do want to talk about something else that's totally different, you can make that on separate TikTok, a separate Instagram, or separate channels. I've struggled with this myself, and that's why I can describe it, because I've learned the hard way. So pick your topics, your 1 to 2 topics. You just kind of vibe on that over and over and over and over. Instead of going really wide, you want to go deep. Riches are in the niches, and get in the trenches with a certain set of messaging. And the reason why is because of predictability. If you read The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, I mean, I could show you an entire business plan, but basically they kind of talk about franchises. Think about McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't have the best food at all, but people keep going there again and again and again and again. Why? Because of predictability. They know they're going to get a specific end product, and that predictability people crave. Tony Robbins talks about the 6 human needs. One of them is the need for certainty. The other one is the need for uncertainty. But if you crave certainty, then you might watch, what is it, your favorite YouTube or your favorite creators or authors that you follow, or favorite movie stuff? Like my wife and I on date night, we're watching the original Supermans with Christopher Reeves movies. I saw them when I was a kid, but I didn't really watch them. Well, we're totally into them, watching them now, and they're amazing. I think a lot of older movies are actually better, because something about even the actors were more character then. They almost weren't as ADD distracted. But it's like the predictability of knowing that we're going to get a specific feeling is why you might go watch a movie again after you've already seen the thing. Why would you go back? because of predictability. So I want you to think about that and think about predictable messaging in your content and start making videos with your phone. And it seems like you can ask GPT to give you video ideas based around a specific content. And I want you, here's your homework. I want you to create a YouTube channel, create like a Facebook media page, create a TikTok specific to the topic you want to talk about, find out what your hashtags are, and start drilling. And I want you to make a video a day for 30 days. Woo! Look at this. Now, it doesn't have to be a fully long edited video. It could just be one little 2 to 3 minute video. And your first video in this 30-day challenge, I'm challenging you to right now. I like this vibe board. This is sweet. I keep telling my friend Joshua Latimer, I'm like, bro, you got to get a vibe board. He's like, I know, I got to get one of those. All right. So 30-day challenge. I want you to make a video a day for 30 days. Very simple. If it's in your business and you want to inspire people, you can inspire your customers, and you could take this information and build your entire service-based business, whatever you do, whatever your service business you do. And you can monetize your message literally by marketing and advertising through the form of video content to your customers and would-be clients. That's a huge way to monetize your message. And a lot of service business owners are doing this right now. They're building personal brands and building a messaging ecosystem where they take their customers behind the scenes of what they do, and they show how everything works. And they talk about times they messed up and made mistakes and how they fixed it for their clients, and do the case studies. It's beautiful. And if you can't interview an actual customer, you could just tell a story about Mrs. Jones, how this thing messed up. And then we ran into this issue, but then we stuck to it. We fixed it. We made it better than ever. And Mrs. Jones was so happy. She referred us to 5 people. So find the ways to do that. Now, if you have a message that you want to share with the world and build a personal brand outside of your job or your business, and you want to start to build kind of an audience of something in your heart or a message you want to share with the world, I want you to make a video a day for 30 days. And here's your first video. Video 1. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? Say, I'm here in the comments. Say, I'm here. So video number 1, I want you to tell your origin story. It's based off the Heroes 2 journeys, and it's it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect type story. It's where you got started, and you got some success immediately, but then you crashed. Whoa, I didn't know I could do that. And then you crashed. Like you thought you just got started, you were getting some success, and then it kind of crashed and flatlined. I need some water here. All right. And then you had to rebuild back up. But if you zoom away, this is really tiny. Look how small that is. I spoke this on stage in Atlanta over the winter. I did a talk kind of about this. I'll give you an example of this hero's journey story. So I take my phone out, put it in selfie mode. I'll say, I want to tell you a very specific story about how I started my landscaping business with nothing, and I had no money. I'll give you the short version, right? And I want you to do this about whatever talent or skill or deep passion that you have. Just follow me, and it'll all start to make sense. And we're also going to use something called the POPP method. By the way, quick note, I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information. I want to inspire you. So hang with me. So I started my business with no money from the ground up. And I was literally I figured out how to get customers, and they were calling my phone. And I was going out and doing quotes with a flashlight at 10 o'clock at night. Customers were like, "Are you sure?" I was like, no, I got this. And I was so fired up about starting my landscaping business, and I had no money. I had to dump out change and borrow money from my own wife to get this rusty little pickup truck. It was $650 that I got it on Craigslist. And so I got this landscaping business off the ground, and I was so scared that I would work 7 days a week and my hand was on the steering wheel in total fear that I was mean to my wife. She would call me and be like, when are you going to be home? I'd made dinner. It's getting cold. Like, you haven't been home. And I was like, if this truck breaks down, don't you understand we're screwed? Because I don't have money to fix it. I have to work 7 days. And I'm like, why am I talking to my wife like this? Am I literally this stressed out? I got to get this thing handled. Like I come home, apologize to my wife, eat cold dinner, and then go right back to work. And so, but then I got this business off the ground, and in hindsight, I realized it was all in my head, and it was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. It was like this crazy thing that. So I just kind of like tell this story. And today we've built a multiple 6-figure business. We have all these employees. We can go on vacations. We can do all these things. And it was all because I learned this specific principle. So it's like the principle is don't wait till you're good till you get going, and then you'll get good. And the second thing I learned is get around other successful business owners as fast as you can and get away from losers. When you get around these people, they'll teach you all these things about how to run a business, and all these lights will go off. Like, imagine that you were born into a mansion of 1,000 rooms, and the whole mansion is dark, and you're feeling around and you're unconscious, and finally you find a light switch to one of the rooms and look away at the mansion far away. And you see, ding, one little light comes on in one window, one of 1,000 rooms. It's like very dim. And then you could find your way to a second room and a third, and it gets a little bit brighter. And then before you know it, you're running around the whole mansion like crazy, turning on all the lights until you've turned on every single light in the whole mansion. And now, like, boom, it's like a bell curve, like the Dunning-Kruger effect, like in this bell curve like this. Your success breeds success, and it just quantifies and you explode. And it's the most exciting thing ever. Get started now, immediately. So it's like, you could even be like, all right, like, that's my story. And I'll see you tomorrow for another video. So you press upload, put it on YouTube, put it on Facebook, put it everywhere. I know a guy, his channel is Mac Lawn Care. And his first video went nuts because he was just in his truck, and he's like practically yelling at points because he's so fired up about what his epiphanies are. It's coming to fruition in his life, and he's just talking about his business, and people just vibed with it. And it really, really kind of, it was like, I think it was his first or one of his first videos, and it did very well. Why? Because he was ready. Are you ready? This is what I mean. How do I say this? I had somebody who was talking about, I gotta be careful how I say this. Certain people take off. Like, they'll try for years and nothing works. Then all of a sudden one day, boom, it just goes straight up. They might have gotten the right opportunity. They might have met the right people. But when the student's ready, the teacher will appear, right? Because I'm sure that the right people were around here. They just couldn't see them. Because the one thing I realized is that the only thing more important than opportunity is the ability to recognize opportunity when you see it. Because you could take somebody who's a broke, victim-minded person, and you could put tons of opportunity in front of them all day, and they're just like, they don't even see it. They don't even care. And you'd be like, how do you not see this? And then you could take somebody who's a straight up champion and put them in a dry desert in the middle of nowhere with nothing, who's got a warrior mindset, and they'll find a way to get something to drink out of a cactus. They'll find a way to make it where you'll leave and come back in a couple of years, and they've either moved to a place, if you read the book, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson, they'll go find a way, and they'll build an entire empire where you can give somebody who is a victim-minded squanderer, you can literally shower them with everything, and they'll just squander it all away, and it'll just fall through the cracks, and they'll complain, and it'll just end up in the hands of the people that are the most ambitious And it doesn't mean the most smart. Funny, right? All right. So when I say, are you ready? What I'm saying is maybe you don't have to have another traumatic episode in your life. You don't have to have another year of heartache and pain and suffering. You don't have to go through a bunch of more. You've been through tons of crap. You're ready now. Because why? Because you decided. When you make the decision, my friend Chris Taylor said, we're always looking for something to set us on fire. You got to set yourself on fire. When you decide and you become committed, boom, that's when everything happens, because now you become like a magnet because you're committed, right? So if you have a message you want to share with the world, now's the time. So video 1, I want you to tell your story. Video 2, 3, 4, 5. I want you to just go on ChatGPT and ask them the question like, hey, I want to make videos about this topic. Give me 30 video ideas. You can also go on Google Trends. I was at a live event recently, and a professional YouTube coach who coaches people with like millions of subscribers told us about Google Trends. I'm like, yeah, I know about that. He brings it up on the Vibe board, right? And I'm looking at it. I'm like, what? So in my industry, the green industry, the word like lawn care, lawn, it does okay. It does pretty good. It does good in like June, July, like May, June, July. A lot of people search it. The word mowing does like something. It's like 200 times the amount of search volume. So if you just take the word lawn and put the word mowing or mower or something like that, you get, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 times the results by tiny little shifts. So this is where the technology side comes in. I charged people $5,000 to coach them to get their brand organized and online and get on YouTube and stuff, and to do like an entire audit of their YouTube channel. And I coached somebody recently for like $5,000, and I went really, really deep into this thing. And I'll just do the short version here. So you have human behavior on one half. I'll just say human, and then you have algorithm on the right. And even as I talk about it, it's evolving like day by day. Because the craziest thing is people are like, what are the proper hashtags and keywords? Like, how do I get my message online? I'm afraid that it won't get any views. I'm afraid that no one's going to watch it. Well, that's a good thing, because you're probably going to not be too good when you make your first 10 videos anyways. You got to get the hang of this thing, and you don't want it to get millions of views, maybe not. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But now human behavior, the algorithm, everybody knows what the algorithm is now. It's so tuned to human behavior because that's what it's calculating, that it's based off of human behavior now. But if I could go back in time a little bit, you have to know how the algorithms work. What I mean is you have to learn how YouTube, some thumbnail science. You have to learn how to title your videos. You have to learn about hashtags. It's just the basic stuff of how this all works. And once you kind of really get the basics down, you just go out with your passion, and your passion takes care of the rest. Okay. Got what I'm saying? All right, so I've been live for 30 minutes. It feels like I've been live for like 2 hours. I'm not even playing. I'm so excited right now. And I have some slides I'm going to be sharing with you in a few minutes that'll teach you this. Oh! But I'm not going to share them with you yet. They're a secret. Okay? All right, so back to this. I talked about the POPP method a few minutes ago. I want you to dig deep down inside and think about why am I not already sharing this passion that I have on social media with the world more? Like maybe you've made a video or two, maybe you've been on a podcast, but I'm challenging you right now to turn this thing up and literally amplify it 10x. And it doesn't have to be 10 times the amount of content. I'm talking about 10 times the intention. I want you to triple down on your goodness. There's a lot of negative crap all over the news and social media. And when something negative happens, right, other content creators will jump on it and make content around it just so they can get more views and get more money. Like, that's their stuff. I want you, the world needs you. If you have something great in your heart and a great message of inspiration, I want you to triple down on it because the world needs you. And you might say, like, I heard Brendon Burchard say this a long time ago, like, and it blew my mind. And I want to amplify this. Yeah, but there's already a Tony Robbins. There's already a Brendon Burchard. There's already a Joe Polish. There's already a John C. Maxwell and all these gurus, they call it. I don't want you to be a guru, but I want you to think of this. This is one of the most important things I'm going to say right now. Steve Hunt just said, Jesus is Lord. This is true. You know what's funny? Real quick, somebody commented. I was talking about inspiration and all these things. And in the middle of the video, I said, and I talked about the Holy Spirit. And as some guy came and commented, he goes, you can have all that inspiration stuff without God. Like, what does God have anything to do with this? And so I was like, I didn't say anything. And I thought about it for a couple of days and I forgot about it. And then I came back and I commented back, inspiration and enthusiasm comes from God. Because you know what the Latin, if you go back to the root of inspiration, do you know what it means? In spirit. If you want to look at enthusiasm, what does enthusiasm mean? It means the God within. And we got this guy here in the comments saying, I don't have anything to do with God. He's almost like, it's okay. You just pat him on the head and be nice. So when you make videos, people are going to say things. When you speak your truth, they're going to come in the comments. They're going to say stuff. And my friend Stan, he's like, I love it. More engagement. Let them say whatever they want, right? It's amazing. So this is what I was going to say. You think all these gurus they've already got that stage. That's not true. These people, the Tony Robbins of the world, and think of their names, Les Brown, they're all going to retire and move on. They need somebody to pass the torch down to. They need somebody to step up so they can pass the torch down to the next group of leaders. And it was prophesied that it won't be, of course, Jesus is number one, but think about like Peace Pilgrim and Patanjali and St. Francis and the greatest, and Martin Luther King and JFK Jr. and all these people that inspire the world. There's many of them. Well, there's not a many of them compared to the population, but there was these people that inspire the world. They've all passed on. This is what I'm going to say. The people today are going to retire and pass on, and they need someone to pass down the torch to, right? This was it. So somebody very wise prophesied that the leaders of the future will not be like the MLKs and the Peace Pilgrims and all these people and the Mother Teresa's or whatever. They will be, they'll rise out of average people. Like literally, it will be a garbage man in a teacher, a janitor, somebody who is a freaking plumber. Think of like just average people. They're going to rise up, and people are scratching their heads like, how is this even possible? How could somebody who doesn't have a big platform or a big stage be this new, the 3% that change and evolve all of humanity, like to a higher vibration? How is that possible? And then social media came along, and you can see it happening right now. That's where you come in. So there's a deep calling on your life to rise up and speak with your voice and share the positive, inspirational messages of hope, courage, encouragement, inspiration, enthusiasm to wake other people up. And the clock is ticking. And your time is now. And there's something I heard that's beautiful. It's a privilege to even be able to participate in what God is going to do anyway. What does that mean? So, if you don't step up and start taking action on your calling and your message, and once you get your message out there and you build an audience, you can monetize it and you can make money while you sleep, right? It makes it a lot more fun because the money sustains the message. I'm literally getting paid to fly around the country and do dope, sweet interviews with people and make amazing videos and speak on stages and live my dreams. This is I can totally believe it because I worked and I sacrificed for it and I paid like crazy to learn how to do this stuff. And this is just the beginning. And what I'm saying for you is if you have a message in your heart that you share with the world, you can monetize it and you don't have to do it all for free. And I'm telling you that because after like, I don't know, 3-4 years of, I made over 1,000 videos. We had like 20 million views online or something. I was getting between 100 and 200 messages per day of people reaching out to me. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, emailing me, getting a hold of my business line and calling and leaving messages and texting me, wanting to talk to the guy they saw in the videos. And I was like, yes, yes, yes. So I was talking to all these people for free and even staying up at night and helping them and texting them and sitting on the phone. And it was hurting my own business and my personal life. And I just wanted to help people. It wasn't about money. I just wanted to help and inspire people. And I was sharing what I had learned, which was, in my case, how to start a landscaping business from the ground up. That's actually appears to be a very valuable thing. If you're stuck in a dead-end job and you need to make more money and you like landscaping, you can grow a multiple six-figure business with just learning how to pull a few key levers. When I learned how to pull those levers, it changed my life. So I started making videos and these people were saying it was changing their lives, but I was doing it for free and I got frustrated. And at some point I had to pull the monetization lever and monetize all my YouTube videos and start taking on brand deals and sponsorships and selling online courses and programs and writing books. And that's how we got 19 streams of income. And it took time, but it monetized the message and it became a business. Changed my life. And so you can share. I bet you can make, if I told you that you got this challenge of making these videos, and let's say day 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6 through 10, you're 33% there, and you go a whole month and you make a video a day. The video could be 2 minutes long and you upload it to YouTube. 30-day challenge. You're going to go to a live event or be on a virtual event, and somebody's going to come up to you and they're going to be like, excuse me, are you so-and-so? And you'll be like, yeah. Are you Steve? I watched your videos and there was something that you said on day 10 and it changed my entire life. And they'll start crying in front of you. And you'll be like, what? And they'll repeat back to you exactly what you said on video number 10. Like you just got started and they saw it. And they're like, what you said was something I was struggling with. Precisely. I feel like you entered a conversation that was already going on in my mind. Like you're a mind reader and you said this thing and it unlocked everything for me. And it just helped my business or helped my family or whatever. And then in that moment, you might cry with them and be like, whoa, I'm realizing my purpose. This is really affecting people and inspiring people. And then you'll run into people if you keep doing it. Let's say you go on for like a whole year. 1 year goes by. Let's say you made 150 pieces of content, like videos, inspiring people with the rails up on your messaging. You're content specific over and over. You're tripling down on your goodness. You're sharing from the heart. You'll go to another live event, or you'll run into somebody, or you'll get an email. I'm not even playing right now. You'll get an email at 1 o'clock in the morning that somebody watched your video number, I don't know. Let's say it was video number 150. You just made this video Tuesday. If somebody sends you an email at 1 o'clock in the morning that they were going to, I got to be careful what I say on social media. Here you go. Take themselves out. They didn't want to be here anymore, and they were very unhappy with their lives, and they were suffering in depression, and they had it, and that was their breaking point, and they decided they didn't want to be here anymore, and they took their phone out, and your video popped up because they subscribed to you, or maybe it was random, it just popped up, and you said something so inspiring to them that they decided not to do it. You get a message like that at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I got messages like that, bro. I literally ran and fell on my face and started praising God, because I'm like, I don't know how to deal with this. This is not like, this is, whoa, this is amazing, because now this is changing or affecting, impacting people's lives. So I'm right now, there's a spotlight, there's a stage. Look at this. Here's a stage, and here's a spotlight. Well, it's 3 lights, let's say, and they're casting onto the stage, right? We'll just call that the spotlight. You can put yourself on this stage and make everything all about you. It's all about me and my greatness, and I'm so smart. It's egotistical. We all have some of that. There's egocentric, or on the stage, you can make it about we and us and our community. That's step 2, which is ethnocentric. Then step 3, you can make it about a mission and a mandate to make the world a better place. This is like some of the greatest leaders in history. That's a world-centric. Or the next step, this is like straight up, nobody talks about this except for like Jesus. Cosmic centric. Like, this is about making like beyond life and everything. This is like, that's like you got these different levels of leadership. You got a level 1, 2, 3, 4, level 5 leaders. But well, all I'm saying is, on the stage, if you make it all about them, if you make it all about Joe, man, I love this vibe board. Look at this. Where's Joe? Where'd he go? There's Joe. If you make it all about Joe, or Mary or Sue, or whoever the person you're talking to, and all about them, all about their transformation, you're creating and giving them tools and frameworks to help them in their business or their consciousness, or maybe you're like, you know how to help get people out of depression. You're like a master underwater basket weaver. This is like, that was my funny fake laugh. Because anyways, so, but when you make it all about them, and on your stage, you could put your product in the spotlight, right? But when you make it about them and their transformation and their transcendence, that's when your message really takes off, and you can really monetize it as well. Does this all make sense? All right, I'm going to get to my slides, because I could talk about this forever, because I'm obsessed with this topic, yo. All right. You got any questions? Steve DeHunt said at Pete's birthday. Oh, yeah. Me and Steve, we went to a dinner event, and then this there was like waiters and stuff, and this busboy came up, and we're sitting at the table eating. It's very professional. He goes, "Hey, are you Keith Kalfas?" And I was like, "Huh?" He's like, "You're Keith Kalfas, bro." And I was like, "Oh yeah, what's up? You want a landscaping quote?" And he's like, "No, bro, I watch all your videos, man. Can I get a picture with you, bro?" I was like, of course, man." Shook his hand, took a picture. I was like, "Man, God bless you, bro." He's like, "I'm trying to get my landscape business off the ground. I've watched a bunch of your videos and it helped me. And I'm getting it off the ground, bro." He was so excited, right? And in that moment, when you have somebody speaking with you like that, you just be present and look in their eyes and you just support them and be like, "Yeah, yes. Oh, I'm so excited for you. You're crushing it. Wow." Right? Because it's not really about you. It's not about me. It's just they found videos online of somebody who is describing the journey in a way that resonates with them, and it's serving them at a high level. So they're attaching to an ideal that is actually just like for them. And so this is one mistake that you can make, is you can think that, "Oh yeah, it is about me. I'm becoming famous." Yeah. Like it doesn't even make any sense. Right. So it's really just all about them. And so I really hope that you get to a point. Because like I went to a live event before. It was in my industry, and I've had like, I don't know, a crowd of people around, standing around just waiting to talk to me and take a picture with me. And one time it was to the point where like I had to have somebody get me something, to get me some water. It took me a few hours just to sit down and get some food. And it was because I just had made a bunch of videos. And when you meet people in person, you made all the videos, and when they meet you in person, remember what I'm saying, if you go on this journey, it's just that they have some stuff they want to say to you. They never got to say a single real word to you in person. They've been listening to you this whole time. And so let them talk. Right. And so it's incredible. And it's very exciting. All right. So I want to get to my slides here. I have Canva on this. Let me see if I can get this to work here. If not, I could pull them up here. Do you got any questions? Steve DeHunt, Brent, CRX, Bert, Gliacy, Tiffany England. Thank you very much. Hallman Window Washing. Rob Drydeck, with this hat, I look like him. That's funny. Thank you. The Lawnist. Yeah. Oh, look, it's working. Oh, all right. This is Monetize Your Message. I have the free resources that I promised you. You can go and download them and take my quiz. I'll show you that in a minute. We have a new program launching October 1st. That's this next coming Tuesday. It's called Monetize Your Message. We spent like 8 weeks putting this program together, and it's an entire synopsis that teaches you how to do all of this stuff that I'm talking about. It just breaks your brain and opens your mind, saves you a lot of time. So, oh, there you go. I'm Keith Kalfas. You can see that clear. I've been a professional service business owner 13 years in my landscaping and window cleaning business. My videos have helped start over 10,000 business startups, is about what I can quantify. Successfully created 19 streams of income online, separate from my actual service business. So here's the challenge. If you struggle to turn your expertise into income, right? And if you're overwhelmed by the tech and the marketing, how do you create a YouTube channel and how do you do a podcast? All that stuff is easy once you know how to do it. Right here, actually right down here, I can't pull it up. It's all connected. My podcast board, the Rodecaster Pro, and my whole podcast is like automated. If you're unsure how to package your knowledge, and if you have difficulty finding and connecting with an audience, if you have lack of clear monetization strategy, and maybe you have imposter syndrome, which you're like, who am I? I'm not, who am I to talk about this stuff? There's actually one tip I learned. It was a client of mine. This lady said something very smart. She said, the next endeavor that I want to take on, I don't want it to be like what somebody else is trying to get me into, right? It's like these multi-level marketing companies and all this stuff. Some of those are great. She said, I want it to be my own unique thing. Like I'll just know. I was like, wow, my own unique thing. So what is your own unique thing? And when you tap into that, you're calling. It's a frequency or like a radio station it's your own station. It's you. And so you don't have to be like anybody else. You just be yourself. So here's the solution. Once you get your message out there in the world and you start building an audience, you monetize your message. And we've created a comprehensive journey. And excuse me, I'll give you the freebies in a minute here. How to package your expertise, build your online presence, connect with your audience, create multiple income streams. Like, I'm not promising that you'll be able to do this, but we've done this. I can show the roadmap to you, but I can't say I can make it happen for you. And then with the POPP method, I keep bringing that up. What is that? It's passion over pressure to peacock. When you feel pressure to peacock and brag like, oh, but I don't have this multi-million-dollar business and all this nice fancy stuff. How am I supposed to make this content? Your passion is going to serve people. It could just be you sitting in front of like a white wall. But if your passion is dialed in and you really believe in your heart that you want to inspire people, that will come through more than you having like a Lamborghini next to you. Does that make sense? So the journey you've been dreaming of, discover how to create multiple income streams, become a pro at social media, create content that attracts an audience, build an iconic personal brand. And what I mean by that is my friend Chris Beltran, he's my friend now. He's a professional, he's a brand transformist. I hired this guy, this is like a year and a half ago now. We went through my whole brand. And that's why, if you notice, all my branding and stuff, even the colors that I wear are all on brand. We have a brand style guide. And so this is all very intentional, the colors and everything. So you would create your own brand style, which is really exciting. So all of your content fits within consistent visuals, consistent messaging. When those two things are consistent, then you have a consistent energy as well. There you go. So grow your brand for lasting success. And one tip I want to share with you real quick is, oh, thanks, Brent. Garrett Thomas, that's a great question. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm seeing these amazing questions coming in. I'm going to get to them actually in a few, right after this. So when I say grow your brand for lasting success and create an iconic personal brand, when you really believe in something and you have a big picture for it, it's tied to your purpose, think about that as being iconic. You would want to put more intention into that and invest more versus some little side hustle thing that you hate that you don't even want to do at all just for money. Ugh, disgusting. Your message monetization journey. So in my program, Monetize Your Message, that'll be coming out Tuesday, October 1st. Here's some of the stuff that I cover. The 40,000 foot view, I go in granular detail about the 40,000 foot view. And so you see what you're getting yourself into, and I'll paint a picture for you that gives you a ton of clarity if you're receptive to it about this journey. Section 2, you're a belief broker. Think about that. People are coming to you and they're borrowing your belief. And if you say something in a specific way with the amount of intention and belief in it, to where somebody else who is having trouble believing in themselves goes, wait a second. Oh, that's it. I can do it. I can. And they actually go take action. Like, you're like a belief broker. Multiple ways to monetize. Mini like to the point where it's overwhelming. We get so many brands reaching out to us right now. We work with 21 different brands that we're saying no because it doesn't align with our brand stance. If it doesn't align, it doesn't align. So there's many ways you can monetize online. Never trade trust for money. There's a whole training on that. Whew. Let's just say you've made a bunch of content on social media over like 3 years, and then it's like these people trust you. Why would you trade their trust and start pitching something or selling something or something just to make money that you don't even believe in or you wouldn't even use or you wouldn't recommend to your own friend or family or grandma, right? It's just should be common sense. But in today's world of the world in general, but social media, especially if you're making content online, you gotta find out what your brand stance is and stick to it and have a like just impeccable integrity, right? And if something doesn't feel right, then you have to stop and make sure that you qualify the opportunities for yourself before you go and share them with other people. Does that make sense? Unleashing the power of podcasting. We just crossed 800,000 downloads on my podcast, the Untrapped Podcast on Apple and Spotify. We put out 1 to 2 shows a week consistently since forever now. 2015 or something. So I'll talk all about podcasting and different ways to monetize a podcast, which is amazing. And you don't have to have a big audience to monetize. You can do it really quickly, but I suggest not doing that. You just want to get in and just do your thing for a while. Don't think about money because that's not very healthy right up front. You want to add lots of value. It's like Gary Vaynerchuk's jab, 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 right hook, or give, ask. I won't get too deep into that stuff because I'll save it for the program. Your message monetization journey awaits. So you can uncover your unique belief broker positioning and master the art of crafting irresistible offers and learn to build a loyal, engaged audience. There's 5 different types of content that we create. One of them is my real talk content. It's what we call hyper vulnerability, and vulnerability is the new credibility. Vulnerability is now, it's like a form of social currency. When I make these specific types of videos, it's just literally I take out my phone and I speak from my heart. I've even cried on videos. I've had people like Stan Genetic, the Dirt Monkey, he's got 1 million subscribers, call me up on the phone and say, bro, you're getting more engagement than New York Times best-selling authors. This video has 68 comments. So I've made videos that have 2,800 comments and have like 3.4 million views because I'm like in the middle of Home Depot and this message comes through my heart that I've been thinking about for a couple of weeks, and bam, it just hits me in aisle 3 in the middle of Home Depot. Oh, what do I do? Take out phone immediately in the middle of Home Depot. Don't care what anybody thinks or if you're crazy. Take out my phone in the middle of the Home Depot. Whoosh. It's my $50,000 camera in my pocket. Guys, I got to tell you this crazy story of how this thing happened and it changed my whole life. You're not even going to believe this. So it was like 5 years ago. And so I just start telling this story. Somebody walks past me at Home Depot, like, what's that guy doing? He's videotaping himself. That's crazy. I don't care. I'm dialed in. I'm done with the video. I forgot I'm in Home Depot because I'm so fired up. I'm like, oh yeah, let me go on YouTube. That's me typing. Oh, thumbnail, picture. Boop. Go on the text app. Text over the video, the picture. We'll make a little quick thumbnail. Upload. Dude, some of those videos, excuse me. Excuse me. Some of those videos have millions of views. And people will reach through in the messages and they'll say that that video impacted their life. I'm back to this because I want you to do this. So when I say build a loyal, engaged audience, it comes down to being hyper vulnerable and sharing like from the heart. Monetize your message. Next slide. There you go. Transform your message into a business. Explore multiple revenue streams for your expertise. Develop a content strategy that attracts your ideal clients. Discover the secrets of building trust that converts. Unleash the power of your voice. Harness the potential of podcasting to amplify your message. Learn to create content that resonates and sells. Unlock the strategies for sustainable business growth. And then, so I'm sharing everything that's in this program that's going to be released, but I'm going to give you a whole bunch of free stuff too in a second here. Exclusive bonuses, Tech Simplified, the non-techies guide to online business tools to make it super simple. The technical part, these are bonuses. Time Maximizer Toolkit, balancing content creation with a 9-to-5 job or a full daytime business. We put in on a schedule. We block and tackle. Like Wednesday is podcast night. Thursday is filming day. Stuff like that. Confidence Booster Blueprint. The Overcoming Camera Shyness and Imposter Syndrome. And Niche Finder Framework. Discovering your profitable message sweet spot. More exclusive bonuses. Overcoming Obstacles. A troubleshooting guide for new online entrepreneurs. From side hustle to sustainable income, your roadmap to financial security. Audience Growth Accelerator, from 0 to 1,000 true fans. I'm still learning the vibe board. There you go. All right, so all that comes out October 1st. And if you want to get on the waiting list to learn more about it when this program drops, I want you to take my quiz. It's a free quiz. And so you're going to get an info-packed ebook based off how you answer the questions in our quiz. Excuse me. I'm coughing because I'm so fired up. I'm like yelling. I need to calm down. If you answer 10 quick questions on our quiz about your journey, we'll craft your custom message monetization guide. You're going to get a free guide. It's an ebook based off what you answer in the questions. So it's proprietary, unique to you. Open up your browser and go to keithkalfas.scoreapp.com. One word. Do you see that right there? Or you can screenshot with your phone real quick. Boop. keithkalfas.scoreapp.com. And then one other disclaimer. Well, first of all, I can't guarantee you any results. All the stuff that I'm sharing with you right now in this program that's coming out October 1st called Monetize Your Message, the 19 streams of income that we have and all of the revenue that I generate online through monetizing my own message. This is all stuff that I've really done and I really do every day. So I've packaged it down into frameworks, into modules of communication that shows you how to do this. What I'm doing right now, I haven't made a penny. Wait, I have off some of my coaching. Like I told you, the $5,000 coaching, teaching people how to do this. But I don't sell courses about how to do this stuff. Like, you know, they'd be like, oh, the motivational guy, he made money by writing a motivational book. Like, that's what like these broke, victim-minded people say. Like, we're going to Tony Robbins in November. And I told somebody about it. I'm like, bro, I'm going to Tony Robbins in November. And they're like, blah, Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins just made money by just walking around teaching people. Like, okay, bro. So my point is, go to keithkalfas.scoreapp.com and download the free guide by taking the quiz. Okay, now let me get to your questions. David Townsley, what's up? Great presentation, informative and helpful. Thank you for sharing. Thanks. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, yo. Bill Hall. What's up, Bill Hall? I hope you're doing well, sir. It's right there on the screen. KeithKalfas.scoreapp.com. In the comments, you can see it. That just takes me to the Score App website. Strange. Let me type it in my phone and see what happens. KeithKalfas.scoreapp.com. That's weird. It works for me. That's it right there. Flow state. Butters K. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Brent. I'm just looking at all the comments. Oh, bro, you're so welcome and congratulations to you and your success in your business. Much honor to you, man. Good for you. Thank you. Burpees Giant. Yes, 10x your goodness. You still have your landscaping and window cleaning company? Yeah, we still have it. We still run the business. I love my landscaping business. Thank you, and you're welcome. Thank you, and you're welcome. Thank you, and you're welcome. There you go. All right, so I'm going live again tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be going over the next phases of the journey of how to actually create content, how to create a podcast, how to monetize it. I'm going to talk about doing your own live events, public speaking, workshops, and basically how we blew up our one YouTube channel to 153,000 subscribers and a content marketing calendar and schedule. Like how do you do all this stuff? So I'm really excited. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Mark your calendar for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Keith Kalfas. And go out and inspire the world with your message. Remember what I said. I have some homework for you. I want you to create a YouTube channel and make a video a day for 30 days. Just upload it to YouTube. It could be 2 to 3 minutes long. And you can make it right with your smartphone. Okay. In the first video, I just want you to tell your struggle to success journey story of how it basically goes like this. Today, I have some success in this area and I'm fulfilled, but it wasn't always this way. A few short years ago, I was broke and struggling, pulling my hair out, not getting any sleep because I was trying to figure out the answers to this thing in my business or something, right? But then I figured out these few key principles that really turned everything around. And within a year, we turned everything around. Today, we have this success. And just tell the story of your struggle to success journey. It could be in anything or whatever your message is, right? It could be about a happy, healthy marriage. It could be anything. So there you go. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Much respect to you. Peace.